frustration she had endured. She looked at the door of apartment 4, a room that seemed to be vibrating with an internal, frantic energy. "He is crazy," she muttered to herself, staring at the wood as if she could burn a hole through it with her gaze. "That is what he is. A lunatic, a nutcase, a genuine wacko. Uncle Edgar is always looking for things." It was not just the noise. It was the sheer absurdity of the objects he collected. He sought things like 3 paper clips or a chrome coat hanger. Sometimes it was one patent leather tap shoe, salvaged from some long-forgotten stage production. He rummaged through trash cans with the intensity of a treasure hunter seeking buried gold. He went to garbage dumps in the outskirts of the city, oblivious to the stares of passers-by. He was always bothering the other tenants, asking if they had seen a missing button or perhaps a discarded watch spring. One day it was bicycle spokes, then it was baseball cards. And who did the tenants complain to? It was always yours truly. He would not let anybody into his apartment, not even his own niece. All that junk he was collecting, it was a fire trap. He could hurt himself or worse, other people. Namely me. "He needs your help," she told the doctor, her voice trembling slightly. "Yesterday he wanted a yo-yo, by 6 o'clock, and last week he requested pieces of broken dolls. Heads, arms, legs. Please do something, doctor. Please, for his sake. And ours, of course. His bell does not work." Dr. Jeremy Sinclair adjusted his glasses, peering at the brass fixtures of the door. He was a man of science, of logic, of predictable patterns. He did not believe in insanity that manifested through the acquisition of bicycle spokes. "Ah, Mrs. Milligan," he said, his voice calm and measured. "I think he has disconnected it. Down there in the basement." He had been sent to evaluate Edgar Witherspoon, to bring some sense of clinical order to a life that had clearly spiraled into chaos. "Oh, thank you." "Thanks anyway, Mr. Pilchick," Mrs. Milligan said, though she quickly corrected herself. "But I have already found a brass thimble." "You are not Mr. Pilchick," she noted, looking at the doctor with narrowed eyes. "I am Dr. Jeremy Sinclair. May I talk to you, Mr. Pilchick?" "Some other time, perhaps." A voice called from behind the door, sharp and dismissive. "I have to look for a doll's head." Dr. Sinclair sighed. It was the scenario he had expected. One old man, in a private world of irrational urgencies. For Dr. Jeremy Sinclair, it was an all-too-common sight. But he was about to learn that Edgar Witherspoon was a most uncommon old man. He had a secret that reached out to the 4 corners of the earth. And the good doctor was about to discover exactly what that meant. "Your niece, she worries about you," Dr. Sinclair said, speaking toward the thick wood of the door. "She is a very nice woman, so tell her not to worry." "See, a simple solution," Edgar replied, his voice muffled by the thick door. "Thanks for coming. It has been a pleasure meeting you. But I have to get on with my work." "Your work? I bet you would like to know what it is, would you not?" "Yes," Sinclair said, leaning in. "Wrong answer," Edgar retorted. "You see a doll's head here anywhere? You mean like that?" Sinclair pointed to a pile of debris near the hallway. "Ah, too big. Also brunette. I need blonde. And I need it in 5 minutes. And what for? You want Santa Barbara to fall into the ocean? Then stand aside, sir. Stand aside." A moment later, the door creaked open, revealing a man surrounded by an ocean of mechanical components, wires, and miscellaneous refuse. "Woohoo!" Just in the nick of time, Edgar cheered, clutching a small, golden-haired doll head. "No time to lose." "Mr. Witherspoon," the doctor started, but the old man was already moving with the agility of a teenager. "I am sorry," Edgar said, stopping suddenly and looking at the doctor with genuine eyes. "I should not be rude. You have come all this way to see me. May I come in? And it was so nice. A pleasure meeting you. Tell my niece hello. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to stop the shaking in Santa Barbara. Mr. Witherspoon, on your way out, could you dump this?" Edgar handed him a bag of refuse. Good afternoon, Doctor. Later that day, Dr. Sinclair found himself standing on the sidewalk, looking up at the apartment window. Did you see Uncle Edgar? His niece asked, standing beside him. Yes, this morning. Well, I could not exactly call it a long conversation, but long enough to realize that he is absolutely, she agreed. On the other hand, Mr. Witherspoon appears happy and like harmless. Harmless? She echoed, horrified. He pesters strangers on the street. He runs after garbage trucks. That is far from harmless. Somebody saw him take a baby's bottle out of its carriage. I am afraid he will get arrested next time. Doctor, I will sign anything. Cooperate in any way all right, maybe I will have another chat with him. A longer one. See if did you hear that? What? There was something about sorry, it was nothing. I do not know what I was thinking. I will call you. As soon as I can. Thank you very much. The city hummed around them, indifferent to the madness brewing in the small apartment. Activity could be a problem. Acid rain is affecting the northern lakes even more than scientists, Mr. Witherspoon. Go away. I am not home. It is Dr. Sinclair. I was here last week. You remember? Sorry, I was not home last week either. Edgar's voice rang out. Mr. Witherspoon, I could legally force you to open this door to me. Is that what you want? You are a curious one. Odd, you mean? I mean nosy. I am paid to be nosy. Curious, really? Do you not think that is odd? Most people are curious for nothing. That is very nice for you. Are the hours good? Mr. Witherspoon, why do you collect dolls' heads, shoes, paper clips? I cannot afford Rembrandts. What? Oh no. Oh no. As usual, it has been lovely. Please do not call again. I may have to. The next time it might not be so lovely, you understand what I mean, Mr. Witherspoon. Wouldn't you rather invite me in of your own free will? You must. You must. Be very, very careful where you walk. The inside of the apartment was a labyrinth. It was not merely a collection of junk, it was a carefully curated system of weights, counterweights, and curious fulcrums. How is it, Cloushade? It is very interesting, Mr. Witherspoon, Sinclair said, bewildered. What is it? This? Yes. This is the only thing that keeps the world from going poof. Now, let me understand you clearly, Mr. Witherspoon. You say that this is what keeps the world from going poof. And it is not easy. Most things are nearly impossible to find. Where would you look for a skate key? Oh, I cannot imagine. I found one, though. You think that is crazy? Well, you would not by any chance have a business card, would you? Oh yes, of course. That was an easy one. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I have seen more than enough. I used to be an engineer, earned lots of money. Then I retired. Worst mistake I ever made. Life was so damned boring. And then the voice spoke to me. Oh, you also hear voices. You too? Please tell me about it. I was sitting in the park one day, feeding the pigeons, and suddenly, there it was. The voice. Edgar, it said. Have you ever been to England? Oh yes, why? No, that is what the voice asked me. Edgar, it said. In the heart of Big Ben, there is a pendulum that tells the clock how fast to tick. At the bottom of the pendulum, on top of the big weight, there is a stack of pennies. Every so often, they take one off. The clock speeds up. Or they put one on. The clock slows down. The pennies change the balance just a little, but enough to keep the whole mechanism running perfectly. So, what you have here is some kind of clock. Of course not. Why would I build a clock? $3, any drugstore, does not lose 10 seconds in a year. Anyway, the voice said, Edgar, the world is a funny place. Little wars here, big wars there, volcanoes going off, storms, tornadoes, a terrific amount of noise and bother. You have to build something that will keep the world from going too far, maybe even going poof. What the pennies do for Big Ben, this does for the world. Who do you think it is who is speaking to you? Well, sometimes I think it is God, and then I think no, God would have a deeper voice.